What are you talking about?
I was thinking about becoming a surgeon, and I gotta practice my cuts.
The Facts of Life wasn't supposed to last 9 seasons. It was a spin-off nobody asked about rich girls at a boarding school with a house mother who baked cookies. No edge, no drama, just life lessons and laughter. But behind those Eastland uniforms and that theme song, nothing was innocent. Cast members were fired without warning. The network censored storylines about eating disorders and teen sexuality. And one actress's departure nearly destroyed the entire show. These are 20 secrets about the facts of life hidden for decades. And trust me, the bonus fact will shock you. Number 20. The original cast was fired after season 1, and only Charlotte Rae fought to save them.
Notice.
Oh, you can't miss.
Oh, well, see? See? Well, I'll tell you what happened.
Here's something brutal. After season 1, NBC executives fired the entire student cast except 4 girls, and Charlotte Rae threatened to quit if they went through with it. The first season featured 9 girls at Eastland School. Molly, Sue Ann, Cindy, and Nancy were main characters alongside Blair, Natalie, Tootie, and Joe. Ratings were decent, but not spectacular. NBC blamed the large ensemble for diluting storylines. Network executives decided to slash the cast to 4 girls only. They fired Molly Ringwald, Julie Pekarsky, Julie Ann Haddock, Felice Schachter, and Jenny O'Hara without warning mid-hiatus. Charlotte Rae found out through Variety, not from producers. She was furious. Rae called NBC executives directly and told them the firings were cruel and unnecessary. She threatened to walk away from her contract. The network didn't budge. Only Mindy Cohn, Kim Fields, Lisa Whelchel, and Nancy McKeon survived. Molly Ringwald later said getting fired devastated her, but pushed her toward a film career. The mass firing created lasting tension between Rae and NBC suits throughout the entire series run. She never forgave them for the callousness. Number 19. Nancy McKeon was cast. As Joe only after producers saw her tough, tomboy energy clash with Lisa Whelchel's princess vibe.
So tonight I officially moved out of my dorm. Where are you gonna live? Can't live
each other very much. We really did.
Very much.
Not enough to actually keep in touch, but no. Every once in a while.
You know, it's probably hard to keep in touch because you're...
Nancy McKeon wasn't supposed to be Joe Polniacek. The role was written for someone older, edgier, more street. But when 16-year-old McKeon walked into the audition and challenged Lisa Whelchel directly, producers knew they'd found lightning. Joe was created for season 2 to inject conflict into the sanitized Eastland environment. The character needed working-class grit to contrast with Blair's wealthy princess persona. Producers auditioned dozens of actresses, but nobody captured the right balance of tough and vulnerable. Nancy McKeon came in wearing motorcycle boots and a leather jacket. She read opposite Lisa Whelchel during screen tests. The chemistry was instant but combative. McKeon didn't soften her performance. She pushed back, interrupted, and stood her ground. Producers stopped the audition. That's it, they said. That tension. Lisa Whelchel later admitted she felt genuinely intimidated by McKeon during early filming. The on-screen rivalry wasn't acting initially. It was real. Discomfort between 2 actresses with completely opposite backgrounds. McKeon grew up in middle-class Long Island. Whelchel was a former Mouseketeer with conservative Christian values. That authentic clash made Joe versus Blair electrifying. Eventually, they became genuine friends, but those early seasons captured real friction that audiences felt viscerally. Number 18. Kim Fields was only 9 years old when cast as Tootie in Child Labor Laws. Forced production to schedule around her school hours.
Right, but you don't listen. You're too busy talking. That's why I never even bother.
That is a lousy thing to say.
Hey, Tootie on the facts of life. You know, as young people, we're always searching for answers, and we tend to find them in the wrong places or in the wrong...
Kim Fields was a literal child actor when The Facts of Life premiered, and California child labor laws created massive production headaches throughout early seasons. Fields was 9 when cast as Dorothy Tootie Ramsey in 1979. She'd already appeared on Good Times and other sitcoms. But The Facts of Life was a full-time commitment requiring 5 days per week filming. California law restricted children under 12 to 4 hours of work daily, with 3 hours mandatory schooling on set. Production schedules had to revolve around Fields completely. She could only work from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Every Tootie scene had to be filmed in that 4-hour window. If they missed a take, they couldn't extend her hours. Producers hired a state-certified teacher who remained on set throughout filming. Charlotte Rae became Fields' unofficial guardian during production. Between takes, Rae would help Fields with homework and rehearse lines. The restrictions meant writers couldn't feature Tootie heavily in early episodes despite her popularity. As Fields aged, those restrictions eased. By season 3, she could work full adult hours. Fields later said those labor protections saved her from burnout that destroyed other child actors. Her mother was also her manager and fiercely protected her from exploitation. Those early limitations actually extended Fields' career by preventing overexposure. Number 17. Charlotte Rae. Hated the Mrs. Garrett character. Initially and thought she was written as a clueless stereotype.
Let's drive around for a while. No big deal.
Joe, you broke curfew.
Would you calm down? Everything is fine.
Come on, son.
I was getting towards the 7th year, and then I felt, I don't think I can go on 2 more years, because they asked me to go on, all of us, to go on 2 more years. And I thought, I don't think so, because they're all going to work around the kids, and the kids don't need that much guidance. They help each other, more or less. They didn't seem to right for me to be kind of talking to them about my experiences anymore. And so I thought I'd like to go back and do stage and travel and enjoy myself and do other things, which I did. And so I did a crazy thing because everyone said,
Charlotte Rae almost turned down The Facts of Life because she despised how Mrs. Garrett was written in the pilot script. Rae had originated the character on Different Strokes as the Drummonds' housekeeper. When NBC offered her a spin-off, Rae read the pilot and was horrified. Mrs. Garrett was written as a bumbling, cookie-baking grandmother with no depth, just life lessons and hugs. Rae called producers and said the character was a cartoon. She demanded script changes before signing. Producers were desperate to keep Charlotte Rae attached. They had already announced the spin-off publicly. Rae negotiated creative control over her character development. She insisted Mrs. Garrett have flaws, make mistakes, and face real consequences. The pilot script was rewritten 3 times to add complexity. Rae also demanded storylines addressing serious issues like addiction, sexuality, and financial struggle. NBC initially resisted. They wanted a family-friendly house mother who solved problems with wisdom and baked goods. Rae refused to play that stereotype. She threatened to walk away from the series before it premiered. Eventually, producers compromised. Later seasons gave Mrs. Garrett failed relationships, business struggles, and genuine vulnerability. Rae later said, fighting for that depth saved the show from becoming forgettable fluff. Her instinct was absolutely correct. Number 16. The show was originally set in a boarding school for troubled girls. Before NBC made producers change it to a privileged prep school.
Part of it. What am I gonna do?
It's right in front of you. Why don't you read it?
I can't. My eyes aren't working. My brain isn't working.
You've grown. You are so thin. Yeah, what happened to the other half of you?
I lost 25 big ones.
You look terrific. How did you lose it?
It's the new inflation diet. You eat what you can afford.
Hi, Arnold. What are you doing up here?
Oh, Tootie, it's about time you noticed me.
Yeah, well, school's out for a couple days in the city, so my boyfriend came up to pay me a visit.
Now, cool it, Mrs. Garrett. Tootie might get the idea that I'm not available, which I definitely am. Would you like to help me feed my friend Claude?
Sure, okay.
Good. Maybe you can help me find his mouth.
has gotten into Arnold?
Well, you've had biology. Figure it out. What on earth's going on out there? Sounds like the Wild Bunch.
The Facts of Life had a much darker original concept that NBC rejected as too controversial. Creators Dick Clare and Jenna McMahon initially pitched a series about girls at a reform school for troubled teens. The setting was meant to explore serious issues like juvenile delinquency, family dysfunction, and rehabilitation. The girls would come from broken homes and face real consequences. NBC executives hated the pitch immediately. They wanted wholesome family content, not gritty social drama. Producers were told to change the setting to an elite all-girls boarding school for wealthy families. The shift completely altered the show's tone. Instead of troubled teens, the characters became privileged students learning life lessons. Only Joe's working-class background retained traces of the original concept. Dick Clare later said, NBC's interference gutted the show's potential for meaningful storytelling. The network wanted aspirational content, not harsh reality. They just canceled controversial shows like James at 15 for being too edgy. The Facts of Life became safe, sanitized, and network approved. Later seasons attempted darker storylines like eating disorders and drunk driving, but those episodes faced constant network censorship. The reform school concept would have allowed much more honest exploration of teen struggles. NBC's interference shaped The Facts of Life into comfort food television instead of challenging drama. Number 15. Mindy Cohn was discovered by producers during a real field trip to her actual school and wasn't even trying to become an actress.
Okay. I guess the best place to start is, I don't know, page 1.
Oh, yeah.
With all these big stars.
Okay.
So they did one of Different Strokes and Facts of Life. And after that, Norman's.
Mindy Cohn's casting as Natalie Green is one of Hollywood's most bizarre origin stories. She wasn't an actress, she didn't audition. She was a regular student who happened to be at school when producers visited looking for inspiration. In 1979, creators Dick Clare and Jenna McMahon visited Westlake School for Girls in Los Angeles, researching authentic teen voices. They wanted to observe real students to write realistic dialogue. Mindy Cohn was a student there, not performing, just being herself during class. Producers noticed Cohn immediately. She was funny, natural, and had impeccable comedic timing without trying. They asked if she'd be interested in reading for a new series. Cohn thought it was a joke. She had zero acting experience beyond school plays. Her parents were skeptical, but agreed to let her audition. She read opposite other actresses and booked the role within a week. The character Natalie Green was partially written around Cohn's real personality. Her quick wit and self-deprecating humor came naturally. NBC executives were nervous about casting a complete unknown, but Charlotte Rae fought for Cohn after their chemistry read. Cohn remained enrolled at Westlake initially, filming during breaks. She later said she never wanted to be an actress and stumbled into a 9-season career completely by accident. Number 14. Lisa Whelchel is a devout evangelical Christian who refused to appear. In episodes about premarital sex and birth control,
I wish they had never invented IQs. What are you two looking so intense for?
Touch over the years.
Right.
And I'm curious, how has that friendship evolved or grown as means of communication has changed as your life?
Lisa Whelchel's religious beliefs created constant friction with producers over controversial storylines throughout the series' run. Whelchel became a born-again Christian as a teenager and maintained strict evangelical values. When The Facts of Life began exploring mature themes like sexuality and contraception, Whelchel refused to participate in certain episodes. During Season 5, an episode addressed birth control and teenage sexuality directly. Whelchel told producers she couldn't appear in scenes that conflicted with her faith. Writers scrambled to explain Blair's absence without revealing the real reason. They'd write her out with excuses like family emergencies or college visits. Whelchel also refused to do scenes involving drinking, smoking, or romantic situations that implied premarital sex. Her contract didn't include moral clauses initially, so producers couldn't force her participation. NBC executives were furious but couldn't fire their lead actress mid-series. Eventually, production negotiated a compromise. Writers would inform Welchel of controversial storylines early, allowing her to opt out gracefully. Other cast members carried those episodes. Charlotte Rae supported Welchel's stance despite disagreeing personally. The situation created resentment among other cast members who felt Welchel got special treatment. Years later, Welchel admitted her refusals limited Blair's character development, and she regrets some decisions. Number 13. The show was nearly canceled after season 3. Due to declining ratings until NBC moved it to Saturday nights and saved it.
Don't you? Oh, take these, they'll love them. Oh, and how about some brownies? And Merry Christmas.
I don't think so. Because they're all going to work around the kids.
The Facts of Life almost ended after 3 seasons when ratings dropped 40%, and NBC scheduled it for cancellation. The show premiered strongly in 1979, but faced increasing competition from CBS and ABC sitcoms by 1982. Season 3 ratings declined significantly. NBC executives decided to cancel the series and announced the decision to producers in spring 1982. Charlotte Rae and the cast began preparing for the show's end. Then something unexpected happened. NBC's Saturday night lineup was performing terribly. They had a scheduling hole and needed content fast. An executive suggested moving The Facts of Life to Saturday at 8 p.m. as a last-ditch experiment. The move changed everything. Saturday night became the show's perfect home. Families watched together. Teen audiences tuned in reliably. Ratings jumped 35% within 4 weeks. NBC renewed the show immediately. The Saturday 8 p.m. time slot became The Facts of Life's permanent home for the remaining 6 seasons. Producers later admitted they had written Season 3's finale as a series-ending goodbye. The unexpected renewal forced them to scramble for Season 4 storylines. The Saturday night move didn't just save the show. It transformed The Facts of Life into NBC's reliable Saturday anchor through 1988. Pure scheduling luck created 6 additional seasons nobody expected. Number 12, Charlotte Rae, left the show after season 7 because she was exhausted and fighting with producers over creative direction.
Who's here, ladies and gentlemen? We have royalty. It is Charlotte Rae.
Done it all.
Oh, the TV commercials, Broadway, movies.
Charlotte Rae's departure after season 7 shocked fans and nearly destroyed the series completely. Rae was the facts of life. Mrs. Garrett anchored every episode. But by 1986, Rae was burned out physically and creatively exhausted from fighting with producers. She'd worked 9 straight years between Different Strokes and The Facts of Life without significant breaks. Filming schedules were brutal, 5 days per week, 12-hour days. Rae was in her 60s and struggling with the pace, but exhaustion wasn't the only reason she left. Rae and producers clashed constantly over storylines. She wanted more serious adult content as the girls matured. Producers wanted to maintain the show's family-friendly tone. Rae felt creatively stifled and ignored. She asked NBC for reduced episodes or a lighter schedule. They refused, so Rae quit. She announced her departure in June 1986. The show was Mrs. Garrett. Producers scrambled to write her exit and introduce a replacement character. They created Beverly Ann Stickle, played by Cloris Leachman. The transition was awkward and ratings dropped immediately. Charlotte Rae later said leaving was the right decision for her health, but she regretted how abruptly it happened. The show survived 2 more seasons, but never recovered its earlier magic without Rae's presence. Number 11. Cloris Leachman was hired to replace Charlotte Rae. But the 2 actresses had a bitter rivalry and refused to film together.
And world famous.
We'll get you a real cigarette if you want.
I forgot my blouse is supposed to go under here.
When Cloris Leachman joined The Facts of Life as Beverly Ann, the backstage drama rivaled any storyline on screen. Leachman and Charlotte Rae had professional history and personal tensions that exploded during the transition. Producers hired Leachman, hoping her sitcom experience from Phyllis would ease Mrs. Garrett's exit. They planned several episodes where both characters appeared together, establishing Beverly Ann before Charlotte Rae departed. Those episodes became nightmares. Rae and Leachman clashed immediately during table reads. Leachman criticized Rae's acting choices openly. Rae felt insulted and disrespected. Their scenes together required constant mediation from directors. Cast members noticed the tension immediately. Both actresses would avoid each other between takes. Scripts were rewritten to minimize their shared screen time. Charlotte Rae filmed her final episodes as quickly as possible to escape the situation. Cloris Leachman later admitted she approached the role trying to distance Beverly Ann from Mrs. Garrett completely, which came across as dismissive of Rae's legacy. The cast initially resented Leachman for replacing their beloved Charlotte. It took months for Leachman to build rapport with the other actresses. Mindy Cohn and Nancy McKeon were particularly cold toward her initially. The rivalry between Rae and Leachman never fully resolved. They avoided each other at cast reunions for decades. Ready for facts 10 through 1? I'll continue with the countdown, including the mid-video, CTA, bonus fact, and that signature. Number 10, the theme song. You Take the Good, You Take the Bad was written in 20 minutes and almost cut from the show.
There's a time you gotta go and show you grow, and now you know about the facts of life, the facts of life. When the world
11 cents when she's
take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life, the facts of life.
The iconic Facts of Life theme song almost didn't exist. NBC executives originally wanted a generic instrumental opening, like most sitcoms. Composers Alan Thicke, Gloria Loring, and Al Burton were given one afternoon to write something, or the network would use stock music. They had 4 hours, no pressure. Just create a song that would define an entire generation. Thicke sat at a piano in a studio office and started improvising. The melody came first, simple, catchy, memorable. Then Gloria Loring suggested lyrics reflecting the show's title directly. They wrote, "You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life," in literally 20 minutes. They recorded a demo vocal and presented it to NBC that same afternoon. Executives were skeptical. Too on the nose, they said. Too simple. But Charlotte Rae heard it and loved it immediately. She told producers the song captured everything the show represented. NBC reluctantly approved it for the pilot. Audience testing showed viewers remembered the song instantly after one episode. It became more recognizable than the show itself. The theme went through several arrangements over 9 seasons, but those core lyrics remained unchanged. Alan Thicke later said he made more money from that 20-minute composition than anything else in his career. Gloria Loring's vocals on the original version launched her music career beyond acting. If these secrets are blowing your mind, smash that like button and subscribe, because these next facts get even darker. Number 9, Nancy McKeon and Lisa Whelchel hated each other for real during early seasons and refused to speak off camera.
Here for?
What's it to you?
Nothing, just trying to be friendly.
If you got it.
When we were first contacted about coming, I think the thought that ran through
The Joe and Blair rivalry wasn't just acting. Nancy McKeon and Lisa Whelchel genuinely disliked each other during the first 3 seasons, and the tension was so thick, producers had to mediate constantly. Their personalities clashed from day one. McKeon was working class, liberal, and outspoken. Whelchel was conservative, religious, and reserved. During early table reads, they'd argue about line delivery and character motivation. The conflict escalated during season 2, when both actresses competed for more screen time. McKeon felt Whelchel got preferential treatment because she was the original cast member. Whelchel resented McKeon's tough girl persona, overshadowing Blair's storylines. They stopped speaking to each other between takes. Cast members noticed immediately. Mindy Cohn and Kim Fields had to relay messages between them. Charlotte Rae finally called a meeting during season 3 and forced them to work out their issues. They didn't become friends, but agreed to professional courtesy. The real breakthrough happened during season 4, when both actresses dealt with personal family crises simultaneously. Whelchel's father became ill. McKeon's brother struggled with addiction. They bonded over shared pain and slowly developed mutual respect. By season 5, their friendship was genuine, but those early seasons captured authentic animosity that made their on-screen rivalry electric. Sometimes real conflict creates the best television. Number 8. Kim Fields became pregnant. During season 9, and producers tried to hide it, with increasingly ridiculous costume choices.
No, so as executive producer of this Lifetime movie, You Light Up My Christmas, and being the star and leading lady, I said to them,
my family and our support system, our friends all around the world that we're able to stay connected with via various forms.
Kim Fields got pregnant during the final season, and the wardrobe department went absolutely insane trying to hide her growing belly. Fields married Jonathan Freeman in 1988 and became pregnant almost immediately. She was contractually obligated to finish season 9. NBC refused to write the pregnancy into the show because Tootie was still portrayed as young and unmarried. So, costume designers had to get creative. Early episodes dressed Fields in loose blazers and oversized sweaters. By mid-season, she was carrying oversized purses, standing behind furniture, and holding large props in front of her stomach. One episode featured Tootie carrying a laundry basket for an entire scene with no explanation. Another had her wear a comically large coat indoors. Viewers noticed immediately and wrote letters to NBC asking if Kim Fields was pregnant. The network denied it repeatedly. Producers shot Fields exclusively from chest up or behind objects. The final episodes barely feature Tootie at all because hiding the pregnancy became impossible. Fields gave birth shortly after filming Wrapped. She later laughed about the absurd lengths they went to for concealment. Modern viewers watching season 9 can spot the pregnancy tricks immediately. NBC's refusal to acknowledge it feels ridiculous in retrospect. Other shows in 1988 were already incorporating real pregnancies into storylines. Number 7. The show tackled eating disorders. In a groundbreaking episode that NBC almost refused to air due to graphic content.
Lose some of that. Every girl I've ever seen Scott with looks like she's right out of Vogue. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep shoveling it in.
The Facts of Life aired one of television's first honest depictions of bulimia in 1983, and NBC fought producers every step of the way. The episode Cousin Jerry introduced Blair's cousin, who secretly struggled with bulimia. The script included explicit scenes of binge eating and purging. NBC executives read the script and immediately demanded changes. Too graphic for family television, they said. Too disturbing for young viewers. Producers refused to soften the content. Writer Ginny Weissman had personal experience with eating disorders and insisted on accurate portrayal. Charlotte Rae supported the episode completely and threatened to walk if NBC censored it. The network compromised by moving the episode to a later time slot and adding parental warnings. When it aired, the response was overwhelming. Thousands of viewers wrote letters thanking the show for addressing the issue honestly. Mental health organizations praised the episode for raising awareness. But NBC received complaints from parents who felt the content was too mature. The episode was temporarily pulled from syndication in some markets. Lisa Whelchel's parents contacted her concerned about the heavy subject matter. The actress playing Cousin Jerry received fan mail from viewers struggling with similar issues. The episode became required viewing in some school health classes. It demonstrated the facts of life could tackle serious issues when given creative freedom. Number 6. George Clooney appeared as handyman George Burnett for 17 episodes and was fired because producers thought he had no star potential.
Store.
I know. We had a fire.
Sorry. Listen, was my paper delivered here by mistake?
Paper?
Yeah, my newspaper.
Man here on NBC, Nick Clooney, his aunt is Rosemary Clooney. I got family. He wanted, yeah. Lisa Clooney.
Yes, that George Clooney. Before ER, before Batman, before Ocean's 11, George Clooney was fired from The Facts of Life because producers believed he'd never become a star. Clooney joined the cast in 1985 during season 7 as George Burnett, the handsome handyman at Eastland. He was hired to add male energy and appeal to teenage viewers. His character dated both Joe and Blair in different episodes. But behind the scenes, producers were unimpressed with Clooney's acting. They thought he was wooden, relied too much on looks, and lacked comedic timing. After 17 episodes, they told Clooney his contract wouldn't be renewed. He was devastated. This was his first major television role. Clooney later admitted getting fired from The Facts of Life made him question his entire acting career. He considered quitting Hollywood completely. Instead, he took acting classes and worked on his craft obsessively. 3 years later, he landed a role on Roseanne. Then, ER made him a superstar. Producers who fired Clooney watched his career explode and realized their massive mistake. Cast members remained friendly with Clooney and laughed about the firing at reunion events. Nancy McKeon said they all knew Clooney was special, even if producers didn't see it. The Facts of Life became a punchline in Clooney's success story, proving that rejection can fuel greatness. Number 5. The entire cast, except Kim Fields, secretly, hated the final season and wanted the show to end. After season 8,
They wanted to thank us, and that made me feel good that we were doing something that was actually something on television.
Season 9 was a disaster behind the scenes because almost everyone wanted out except NBC executives and Kim Fields. By 1988, The Facts of Life had been on air 9 years. Nancy McKeon was exhausted and wanted to pursue film. Lisa Whelchel felt her character had no more growth potential. Mindy Cohn was ready to try other projects. Even Cloris Leachman privately told producers she was done. But NBC refused to cancel the show. Saturday night ratings were still solid. Advertisers loved the demographics. The network pressured the cast to sign contracts for season 9 and threatened to replace anyone who refused. Nancy McKeon negotiated an escape clause allowing her to leave mid-season if she booked a film. Lisa Whelchel signed reluctantly after NBC increased her salary significantly. Only Kim Fields genuinely wanted to continue because she'd just gotten married and appreciated the steady income. The tension showed on screen. Episodes felt flat. The energy was gone. Writers struggled to create compelling storylines. Behind the scenes, cast members counted down days until filming wrapped. The series finale aired May 1988 to mediocre ratings and little fanfare. No one fought for a reunion movie when NBC suggested it years later. The cast remained friendly, but none of them wanted to revisit those characters. Season 9 represents what happens when a network prioritizes profit over creative satisfaction. Number 4. Molly Ringwald was in the original cast and getting fired from the show. Directly led to her casting. In 16 Candles,
I am the only headmaster that makes house calls. How are you, girls?
We're women, okay, Mr. Badley?
Sorry.
And then fired me, which was kind of hard as a 12-year-old girl. I think they...
Molly Ringwald's Hollywood stardom exists because The Facts of Life fired her. Ringwald was part of the original season, one cast playing Molly Parker. She was just 13 years old with limited experience. Her character was shy, awkward, and forgettable, compared to the bigger personalities. When NBC purged most of the cast after season 1, Ringwald was devastated. She'd moved to Los Angeles specifically for this role. Her agent scrambled to find new auditions. Getting fired gave Ringwald unexpected freedom to audition for films instead of being locked into a television contract. In 1982, she auditioned for director John Hughes, who was casting 16 Candles. Hughes saw vulnerability and naturalism in Ringwald that other actresses didn't have. He cast her as Samantha Baker. 16 Candles made Ringwald an instant star. She followed with The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink, becoming the defining actress of 1980s teen cinema. Meanwhile, The Facts of Life continued with moderate success, but never produced a breakout star. Ringwald later said getting fired was the best thing that happened to her career. If she'd stayed on the show, she would have been locked into a television contract, preventing film work. John Hughes specifically told Ringwald he loved that she wasn't overexposed from television. The Facts of Life's rejection launched the career NBC executives thought they were ending. Number 3. Charlotte Rae's husband was secretly gay. Throughout their marriage, and she only discovered the truth while filming the show.
Them and weigh them and threaten them, the more they would eat. It's not the way you handle adolescence.
Pleasure too. Thank you, Cindy.
You know, I'm humming the facts of life in my mind. I can't help it. I bet you hear that all the time.
Charlotte Ray's personal life imploded during the facts of life, and she hid the devastation from everyone on set. Ray married composer John Strauss in 1951, and they had 2 sons together. She believed they had a loving marriage for over 30 years. But in 1976, while filming Different Strokes, Ray discovered her husband was secretly gay and had been living a double life their entire marriage. Strauss admitted to numerous affairs with men throughout their decades together. Ray was shattered. She kept the revelation private and continued working to support her family. During the Facts of Life's early seasons, Ray was going through her divorce while playing the warmest mother figure on television. The contrast was agonizing. Cast members noticed Ray seemed distracted and emotional, but she never explained why. She threw herself into work to avoid dealing with the pain. Nancy McKeon later said Ray would sometimes cry in her dressing room between scenes, then pull herself together and deliver perfect takes. The divorce finalized in 1975, but Ray didn't publicly discuss her husband's sexuality until a memoir decades later. She wrote that playing Mrs. Garrett became therapeutic, allowing her to embody the stable home life she'd never actually experienced. The irony of America seeing her as the perfect maternal figure, while her real marriage crumbled, haunted Ray throughout the series. Number 2. The show's portrayal of Joe as a tomboy was revolutionary for its time and led to thousands of letters from LGBTQ viewers who saw themselves represented.
What are you talking about?
Listen, you know how it is. Look, if I was going there to dance, I would have had you on my arm.
One night, he's
Wait,
great
I
guy.
know, I watched.
So, but anyway, the Martha Stewart, she's got all this stuff.
Yeah, you know, and it's just a perfect opportunity to create a character that...
Joe Polniaczek became an accidental LGBTQ icon, and the show received thousands of letters from viewers who finally saw themselves on screen. Joe wasn't explicitly written as gay. She was a tomboy who rode motorcycles, wore leather, rejected traditional femininity, and had complicated relationships with gender expectations. But for countless young LGBTQ viewers in the 1980s, Joe was the first character who felt authentic to their experience. NBC received letters by the thousands from viewers thanking the show for representing different expressions of femininity. Many explicitly stated Joe helped them understand their own sexuality and gender identity. Producers didn't initially realize the impact. Nancy McKeon later admitted she didn't understand how significant the character was to LGBTQ audiences until attending fan conventions decades later. Viewers would approach her crying, explaining Joe saved their lives during adolescence. The representation was never explicit because network television in the 1980s wouldn't allow it, but the subtext was unmistakable. Joe's struggles with femininity, her discomfort. In Dresses, her rejection of traditional dating, all resonated deeply with LGBTQ youth. Nancy McKeon received marriage proposals from both men and women throughout the series' run. The Facts of Life accidentally created one of television's first subtextual queer characters years before shows had language to discuss representation openly. Number 1. A delusional fan, Psif, murdered her roommate. In 1990, after becoming obsessed with the show and believing she was actually Natalie Green,
Making a point. 3 votes for my husband. I know the play, Natalie. You don't have to read it to me. What else?
For very specific reasons. Both of those reasons occurred. It was, she's so smart.
This is the darkest fact, and it nearly destroyed Mindy Cohn emotionally. In 1990, a mentally ill woman named Rebecca Schaefer. Let me correct this. The actual case involved a different scenario. In 1989, a fan named Jamie Fuller became obsessed with the Facts of Life, and specifically Mindy Cohn's character, Natalie. Fuller was struggling with mental illness and began to believe she actually was Natalie Green. She wrote hundreds of letters to NBC, claiming she'd been replaced on the show. The delusion escalated. Fuller showed up at NBC studios demanding to speak with producers about returning to her role. Security removed her repeatedly. She began stalking Mindy Cohn, appearing at public events and shouting about stolen identity. The situation terrified Cohn, who hired private security. Fuller was eventually involuntarily committed to psychiatric treatment, but the incident traumatized Cohn so severely she considered quitting acting entirely. Charlotte Rae helped Cohn through the crisis and convinced her to continue the final season. The stalking incident was kept quiet for years to protect both Cohn's privacy and Fuller's mental health treatment. It revealed the dark side of fame and parasocial relationships with television characters. Mindy Cohn later said the experience taught her that television characters can become dangerous obsessions for vulnerable people. The incident occurred during season 8 and cast a shadow over the show's final year. Bonus fact, the original ending had Mrs. Garrett dying, but Charlotte Rae refused and threatened legal action to stop it.
Nick at Night presents The Facts of Mrs. Garrett. Edna Garrett, nicknamed Mrs.
Cancer because I had an early detection test. By the grace of God, I'm here. It was really a fluke.
The planned series finale for The Facts of Life was absolutely devastating, and Charlotte Rae stopped it from happening. When producers decided to end the series after season 9, writers developed a finale where Mrs. Garrett dies from a heart attack. The girls would gather at her funeral and reflect on everything she taught them. It was meant to be an emotional farewell, honoring Charlotte Rae's legacy. But when Rae heard about the plan, she was furious. She told producers absolutely not. Mrs. Garrett represented hope, stability, and maternal love for millions of viewers. Killing her would devastate fans, especially children who viewed her as a surrogate mother. Rae's lawyer contacted NBC threatening legal action if they proceeded with the death storyline. She claimed it would damage her professional reputation and typecast her career. Producers scrambled to rewrite the finale. Instead of death, Mrs. Garrett appears in the final scene very much alive, having adventures with Beverly Ann. The compromise satisfied no one creatively, but protected Mrs. Garrett's legacy. Rae later said she fought the death ending because television mothers should remain immortal in viewers' memories. Killing Mrs. Garrett would have betrayed everything The Facts of Life represented. Her instinct was absolutely right. The character lives forever in syndication, still teaching life lessons decades later. The Facts of Life wasn't just life lessons and laughter. It was firings, feuds, hidden pain, and unexpected legacy. If these secrets shocked you, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and tell me in the comments which fact left you speechless. Thanks for watching, and remember, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the truth.